Have you ever wondered how some people manage to stay calm and clear-minded even during the most turbulent moments of life? Today, I invite you to join me in a deep reflection on life, guided by the principles of Stoic philosophy, a philosophy that teaches us how to face adversity with balance and wisdom. Over the next 2 hours, we will explore 21 strategies, lessons, and insights that will help us cultivate resilience and mental clarity. We will learn to accept what we cannot change, to have the courage to change what lies within our control, and the wisdom to distinguish between the two. Take a moment to settle in comfortably and allow yourself to absorb the lessons that have guided sages and thinkers throughout the centuries. It is time to begin our Stoic journey. 10 Stoic rules for life. Listen carefully. Rule 1. Become mysterious. The allure of the unknown is captivating, and within that mystery lies your power. As Seneca wisely said, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. Let this guide you. Be present, but preserve an air of mystery. Like a book with certain chapters subtly veiled, invite others to turn the pages with a growing sense of intrigue. In conversations, do not reveal everything at once. Instead, unveil your story slowly and thoughtfully, thread by thread, allowing others to weave their interest and curiosity into the spaces you leave open. This approach transforms you into an enigma, a puzzle waiting to be solved, sharpening anticipation and drawing others deeper into the labyrinth of your character. Consider the historical figure of Cleopatra. Her appeal did not rest solely on beauty or power, but on the mystery she cultivated around herself. She was a leader wrapped in enigma, her motives and thoughts often concealed, which made her eternally fascinating in history. Let your actions and words be unpredictable, like a winding path through unexplored land. This unpredictability magnetizes people, pulling them closer as they seek to understand the depths of who you truly are. By not revealing your entire life from the beginning, you invite others to explore, to discover, and to become part of your journey. Your life is not an open book for everyone to read, but a series of chapters that unfold gradually, revealing more of the complex and fascinating individual you are. By preserving this aura, you become an irresistible presence, leaving others yearning for just a little more. Discover how to master your emotions and unlock your true potential with our Stoic guide. Visit ourstoica.com.br or click the link in the pinned comment to access it now. Rule 2. Create the fear of losing you. A common human tendency is to undervalue what is easily accessible, but that changes instantly when there is a risk of loss. Imagine yourself as an irreplaceable presence in their life, someone whose absence would leave a profound void. You're not merely another option, you are a vital necessity. This is achieved by embodying independence and self-sufficiency. Your life is already a complete, fulfilling, and fascinating journey, regardless of whether they are part of it. This confidence and autonomy naturally attract others. They come to be part of your life not as a basic right, but as a valued privilege. This mindset aligns perfectly with Stoic philosophy. As Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your strength lies in your self-reliance and in the unique adventure that is your life. People will begin to understand that you are not someone desperately seeking attention, but a formidable presence in their world. You are not here to chase affection or beg for fragments of validation. You are here to be sought after. Let them be the ones who strive for your attention. Subtly cultivate the fear of losing you, allowing others to actively seek a place in your world, recognizing you as a valuable treasure. You are not just a participant in the game of life. You are an essential element they cannot afford to lose. Rule 3. Create your own happiness. This principle emphasizes the belief that true happiness is an internal creation. It is about embracing self-confidence, contentment, and independence, qualities that naturally make you more attractive. Instead of relying on others for your joy, you cultivate your own sense of fulfillment. This independence and inner security carry an undeniable appeal, making you more attractive to those around you. People who radiate confidence and positivity are naturally magnetic. When you find happiness within yourself, you become a beacon of hope and inspiration to others. By creating your own happiness, you send a powerful message. You are not seeking completion through another person. You are already whole and satisfied on your own. This approach is appealing because it does not burden others with the responsibility of making you happy. Your goal is not to find joy in someone else, but to share the joy you have cultivated, enriching the lives of those around you. Your presence becomes captivating, radiating positivity and confidence that inevitably draw others closer. Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future." This quote perfectly captures the essence of generating your own happiness. Remember Theodore Roosevelt, who, despite enduring profound personal challenges, including the loss of his wife and mother on the same day, embodied this principle. He pursued a life filled with vigor, engaging in activities like boxing, exploring the Badlands, and dedicating himself to public service. His robust personality and enthusiasm for life did not come from external validation or favorable circumstances, but from a deep internal reserve of resilience and joy. Roosevelt's self-sufficiency and passion not only defined his personal life, but also transformed him into a charismatic and beloved leader. His ability to find purpose and happiness within himself, regardless of external adversity, made him an admirable figure in history and illustrated the power of self-generated happiness. Rule 4. Be valuable and allow others to invest in you. Understand that you are a rare find, a gem that others should aspire to possess. Your value does not lie merely in your presence, but in being a meaningful and intentional part of someone's life. What is easily obtained is often taken for granted. True appreciation grows from effort and commitment. As others invest their time, emotions, and energy into you, their attachment deepens, transforming you from a fleeting interest into a cherished presence. Your role is not to desperately seek attention or affection, but to demonstrate that you are a significant and enriching addition to their existence, worthy of sincere pursuit. Allow others the opportunity to invest in you, making your presence a precious part of their lives, something they would not wish to lose. Reflect on the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. This captures the essence of your value, not simply in existing, but in being sought after and fought for. Consider the relationship between Alexander the Great and his mentor Aristotle. Aristotle, a philosopher of immense wisdom and knowledge, was not just another tutor in the young prince's life. He stood as a beacon of insight and strategic thinking, essential to shaping a man capable of ruling an empire. Alexander, known for his ambition and intellect, understood the immense value of Aristotle's teachings and devoted considerable time and effort to learning from him. This was not a typical relationship between student and teacher, but a bond in which the student saw the mentor as a crucial asset, a true treasure of wisdom that demanded sincere pursuit and deep respect. Aristotle's approach to educating Alexander was not one of easy accessibility, but rather a demanding journey toward wisdom, making his teachings a precious component of the greatness Alexander would later achieve in his reign. Rule 5. Do not make them the center of your life. It is essential to remember that your life should not revolve entirely around another person. Imagine yourself as a solitary, radiant star shining in the night, fueled by your own unique light and vitality. You have your own path, independent of anyone else's orbit. Do not allow your world to become narrowly centered on another individual, turning them into the epicenter of your existence. You have your own dreams, ambitions, and a distinct identity. This mindset creates an air of mystery and attraction, keeping others intrigued by the many dimensions of your life and what truly drives you. Your autonomous spirit and adventurous attitude add an appealing depth to any relationship. The goal is to complement one another's lives while preserving your individuality, without placing someone else at the core of your existence. Your appeal grows as you live a full life beyond unnecessary dependence. Setting boundaries allows you to continue evolving, bringing excitement and a refreshing sense of freedom into your connections. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and emperor, once said, "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe." This quote deeply reinforces the importance of maintaining independence within relationships. Consider the historical figure Isaac Newton, a brilliant scientist whose contributions reshaped our understanding of the universe. Despite his groundbreaking work and the intense demands placed upon him, he maintained a rich personal life filled with interests, friendships, and personal goals. His ability to balance professional achievements with a strong personal identity made him not only an extraordinary scientist, but also a well-rounded individual, admired not just for his intellect, but for his independence and personal depth. This balance between personal autonomy and professional dedication offers a compelling example of how preserving individuality leads to a more fulfilling and harmonious life. Rule 6. Prioritize your own needs first. This rule highlights the supreme importance of placing your own needs and well-being first in any relationship. It is essential to affirm your worth and avoid situations where you are undervalued or treated without the respect you deserve. You possess a deep understanding of your own value and refuse to settle for less. Your happiness and self-esteem are not negotiable for someone who fails to treat you with proper care and respect. By prioritizing your needs and happiness, you make a clear statement. You will not allow anyone to diminish your feelings or undermine your self-worth in any relationship. You stand as an equal, where your emotions and needs matter deeply. Remember, you are not here to be overshadowed or to seek validation from others. Your purpose is to cultivate healthy, respectful relationships rooted in self-respect. Standing up for your own interests makes you more attractive and influential in the lives of others. At its core, this rule is a reminder that your well-being and self-respect come first, always. This principle aligns with Stoic philosophy. As Marcus Aurelius said, it is not events that disturb people, but their judgments about them. This quote reinforces the rule by emphasizing how perception and response shape relational dynamics. Reflecting on Rule 6, the life of the Roman general and statesman Lucius Quinctius Cincinnatus serves as a powerful example. Celebrated for his military and political skill, Cincinnatus was equally renowned for his unwavering commitment to personal principles and self-respect. Despite the allure of political power and pressure from allies, he consistently prioritized his values and integrity. When no longer needed, he chose the simplicity of his farm over the temptations of authority, distancing himself from those who did not respect his principles. His story exemplifies the strength found in prioritizing one's own values, a testament to the power of self-respect and personal well-being in every aspect of life. Rule 7. Do not always be available. What is rare is valuable. Gems are not found on every street corner, and likewise, your availability should not be unlimited. Recognize the value of your time. It is a resource that should not be freely given at the mercy of others. Prioritize the story of your own life. Imagine a life where you are not constantly on standby, where your existence is not anchored to the expectations of others. You have your own universe to explore, and those who enter it do so as a privilege. Balance is essential. Avoid being perpetually available, waiting for messages or responding instantly to every demand. Show that your time and attention are valuable. People are naturally drawn to those who have their own passions and commitments. When you are not aimlessly waiting, you spark curiosity. Others begin to reflect on their own engagement with you, cultivating a sense of longing. Constant availability signals that you can be accessed at will. But remember, you are not just anyone, you are an investment. This is not about playing games. It is about demonstrating that you have a vibrant life, with or without their presence. By not being immediately available at all times, others learn to value the moments they share with you. Resist the urge to always be accessible. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This highlights the importance of valuing your time and reframing the fear of missing out or disappointing others. Reflect on the life of Ada Lovelace, a woman of extraordinary intelligence and creativity. A mathematician and writer, Ada is celebrated as one of the first computer programmers. Living in an era where women's roles were rigidly defined, she refused to conform to expectations of constant availability or subordination. Instead, she immersed herself in her work, exploring complex mathematical theories and collaborating with influential thinkers such as Charles Babbage. Her dedication to her own pursuits and refusal to be perpetually accessible added to her mystique and appeal. Ada's story stands as a testament to the power of preserving individuality and the magnetic attraction it creates. Her life was not reactive or dependent on others. She forged her own path, captivating those around her with the strength of her passion and intellect. Rule 8. Stop starting without finishing. The essence of Rule 8 lies in cultivating a balanced approach to initiating communication in any relationship. It is about understanding that constantly being the one who starts conversations is not always beneficial. Allowing the other person to take the initiative at times is essential. This approach not only shows that your life is full of other interests and activities, but also serves as a clear indicator of their level of interest in you. Always initiating contact can unintentionally send the message that you are perpetually available, perhaps even overly eager. This is not about playing psychological games, but about fostering mutual respect and shared effort within the relationship. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is not to be like the one who committed the wrong." In the context of communication, this means not mirroring behaviors that create imbalance or lead others to take you for granted. It is about maintaining dignity and self-respect without engaging in an endless pursuit of attention or validation. Rule 9. Do not become too emotionally attached. The art of emotional balance on the path to becoming a priority in someone's life emphasizes the importance of not allowing emotions to dominate the dynamics of a relationship. It ensures that your needs are not only expressed, but also respected. This rule is about finding the right balance between sharing your feelings and maintaining emotional composure. While emotions are an essential part of who we are, excessive emotional expression can sometimes cast a shadow over our true value. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." This quote captures the essence of Rule 9, practicing patience and control over emotional reactions. Finding this balance is crucial so that your presence in any relationship is valued and so that you maintain your dignity and self-respect, rather than being ruled by fleeting emotions that may negatively affect interactions and mutual respect. Rule 10. Be willing to walk away. Embracing the power to step away from a relationship that does not honor your worth is the core of Rule 10. This rule highlights the vital importance of recognizing your value and maintaining unbreakable self-respect. It is essential to establish clear boundaries and expectations regarding how you wish to be treated in any relationship. When those standards are repeatedly ignored, it becomes imperative to have the courage to move on, regardless of emotional ties. This action is not heartless. It is a necessary act of self-care. It is a testament to your commitment to self-respect and a firm refusal to sacrifice your well-being for someone who does not appreciate your value. By showing your willingness to walk away, you also send a powerful message to the other person, emphasizing the seriousness of the situation. This realization may lead them to understand the importance of prioritizing and valuing you if they wish to keep you in their life. Your goal is not to cling desperately to relationships that diminish your joy and self-esteem, but to cultivate connections that are healthy and built on mutual respect. Sometimes, this means finding the strength to let go when necessary. In the spirit of Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This sentiment perfectly captures the essence of Rule 10, the understanding that your inner strength and self-respect remain under your control, even when external relationships do not. Consider the example of Marcus Aurelius himself, a Roman emperor known for his philosophical wisdom and leadership. Despite his immense power and influence, he often found himself entangled in complex political alliances that conflicted with his principles. In such moments, he chose distance, demonstrating that even in positions of great authority and attachment, one must be willing to step away from situations or relationships that compromise integrity and self-worth. His choices reflect the core of this rule, prioritizing personal values and self-respect over remaining in situations that fail to recognize one's true worth. We have explored 10 key strategies to help you become an unforgettable presence in the lives of others. These include maintaining an air of mystery, not being excessively available, allowing others to invest in you, and prioritizing your own needs. It is essential to find balance in how you communicate and to ensure that your life does not revolve entirely around another person. Cultivating your own happiness and emotional stability makes you far more attractive. Remember, valuing yourself and being ready to walk away from relationships that do not appreciate your worth is not about seeking attention. It is about building healthy, respectful connections. By incorporating these principles, you become someone others naturally want to prioritize. If at any point you feel like you are merely an option, remember that you hold the power to make decisions in your life, including the decision to step away. Your value is immense, and you deserve people who recognize and honor that. As we conclude this video, we encourage you to take these ideas seriously, reflect on them, and make a personal commitment. Share that commitment in the comments to affirm your dedication to living as your best version. You are now ready to walk away from anyone who treats you as anything less than a priority, reserving your time and energy for those who truly enrich your life and align with your path. Have you ever wondered how Stoic philosophy can help you face the challenges of the modern world while balancing your personal life and social exposure? In this video, we will dive deep into one of the most impactful and transformative philosophical schools of all time, Stoicism. We will explore not only its fundamental principles, but also the negative effects that can arise from overexposure to others, along with practical strategies on never overexposing yourself and managing this wisely. You will discover how Stoicism offers a practical framework for facing daily challenges, developing emotional resilience, and finding inner calm amid adversity, while also learning how to manage your interactions with the social world intelligently. Join us on this journey of understanding and practical application of Stoic philosophy, exploring both its benefits and its challenges. I invite you to stay until the end, where you will find lessons applicable to all your plans and any adversity you may face. If this is your first time on my channel, I ask for your support by subscribing and liking the video so I can continue creating content like this in the future. Through its teachings on emotional mastery, acceptance of what we cannot control, and focus on what lies within our power, Stoicism offers tools to live with greater clarity, purpose, and serenity. Discover how to master your emotions and unlock your true potential with our Stoic guide. Click the link in the pinned comment to get it now. Prepare yourself to dive into the fascinating world of Stoicism and uncover how this ancient philosophy can offer lasting benefits in your pursuit of a fuller, more meaningful life. Let us begin this journey together through social media and beyond. In an era where constant exposure on social networks and the need to share every aspect of personal life have become the norm, Stoic philosophy offers a refreshing and countercultural perspective. The practice of modesty and discretion holds an inherent power, keeping certain aspects of life private and shielding oneself from the urge to seek external validation. This approach not only fosters mental tranquility and self-sufficiency, but also protects us from the volatility of others' opinions and the fleeting nature of external recognition. For the Stoics, serenity arises from mastery over oneself, not from the approval of others. They taught that true freedom and peace are found in living according to our own values and principles, without the need to expose every thought, action, or achievement. At the heart of Stoicism lies the idea that self-control and self-reliance are essential to a life well lived. By choosing what we share with the world and what we keep to ourselves, we exercise this control, strengthening our character and resilience. This video will explore how the Stoic practice of not overexposing oneself can lead to a more focused, balanced, and ultimately more fulfilling life. Some things in life are like seeds. We plant them away from curious eyes so they can grow and flourish without interference. This is where Stoic wisdom enters, teaching us to protect and cultivate what lies within us, without rushing to display it to the world. The great thinkers of history understood that not everything should be shared. They valued their secrets, their achievements, and their lessons because they knew that revealing too much could dilute the true essence of things. Every joy and sorrow, every lesson and challenge is a piece of the story we are composing. If we share everything without reflection, we may fail to live deeply. Just as a flower cannot grow if constantly touched, our growth also requires privacy, a personal space where we examine our mistakes and victories and decide how we wish to move forward in the best possible way. When we choose not to share something, it is not to hide it, but to protect it. True growth comes from the balance between what we reveal and what we keep solely for ourselves. In a world that loves to display everything it can be challenging to recognize and appreciate what exists behind our achievements. Do not speak of your achievements. Imagine diving into the dark, deep waters of your own soul. For the Stoics, the pursuit of wisdom and virtue resembled such a journey inward. They believed that true fulfillment did not lie in displaying external triumphs, but in introspection and continuous inner growth. Every challenge and struggle was not fought in public arenas, but within the silent landscapes of the spirit. When discussing victories, they offered profound reflections on ego and vanity, forces that, when indulged, become barriers separating us from genuine virtue. Obsession with external recognition, they warned, binds us with chains of pride, imprisoning us in the hollow pursuit of fleeting applause. This path, they taught, leads inevitably to disappointment. Here lies a powerful lesson. True achievement is not the one that pauses to be admired, but the one that quietly transforms the community by nurturing noble values such as justice, compassion, and wisdom. For these ancient sages, wealth was not stored in vaults, but in the depths of a balanced and serene soul. Rather than celebrating triumphs or withering in defeat, they embraced a calm acceptance of life's unpredictability. They invited us to recognize that the dance of existence is often orchestrated by forces beyond our control. In this meaningful silence, they made a deliberate choice, a commitment to true greatness. They believed that real majesty resided in living with integrity and dedication to the collective good. Their legacy teaches us that humility, sincerity, and the relentless pursuit of wisdom are the true pillars of a life worth living. Do not speak of unresolved struggle. On the Stoic path toward wisdom and virtue, every step carried meaning. Detours and obstacles were not mere hindrances. They shaped the soul, forged character, and revealed the true nature of greatness. What mattered was not visible triumph, but the internal battles, often unseen, that determined a person's inner strength. Yet if these struggles held such value, why did the Stoics advise against speaking of unresolved challenges? The answer lies in their sharp understanding of human nature. They believed ego and pride could cloud our judgment, blinding us to true virtue. The relentless pursuit of praise and recognition could act as a veil, concealing our real potential. The Stoics did not admire achievements displayed like trophies. They sought true glory in actions that uplifted humanity, acts rooted in justice, generosity, and wisdom. For them, real wealth was not the shine of gold, but the glow of moral character and a tranquil soul. The philosophy of loving one's fate was central to this understanding. Stoics did not despair in the face of adversity. Instead, they balanced victory and defeat with equanimity, aware that the tapestry of life is woven with threads often beyond our control. Do not speak of your good deeds. Imagine a candle softly illuminating a room. Its light is gentle and discreet, yet it warms and brightens everything around it. To the Stoics, kindness was much like this flame. They believed true generosity did not need to be announced in public squares or shouted from mountaintops. It should arise naturally, driven by a sincere desire to do good, without expecting praise in return. This may seem strange in today's culture of self-promotion, but the Stoics recognized a deep danger, turning goodness into a performance. When we boast about every altruistic act, we may unknowingly seek applause rather than virtue. By keeping good deeds within the realm of anonymity, we create space for reflection and pause, a moment of intimate connection with ourselves, where we can question whether our actions are genuine or motivated by hidden desires. This silent self-examination becomes a catalyst for personal growth. At the core of Stoic philosophy lies the belief that true goodness does not seek the spotlight. It manifests through quiet, authentic acts of compassion. This timeless wisdom reminds us of a fundamental truth. Often the greatest act of kindness is the one offered without expecting anything in return. Do not speak of your resentment. Have you ever felt trapped in a web of emotions where every strand is a bitter memory, a resentment that refuses to fade? The timeless wisdom of Stoicism invites us to reflect deeply on the invisible weight of resentment. To these ancient philosophers, harboring resentment was like carrying an anchor that prevented the spirit from sailing freely across the seas of life. But what if we chose a less traveled path, where forgiveness and understanding became our faithful companions? Within this historical perspective lies an unshakable focus on virtue and self-control. Ask yourself, have you ever carried a burden for too long? Have you felt the exhaustion, the heaviness, the lingering bitterness? This burden is an invisible chain that binds us, restricting our freedom and inner peace. It is striking to realize that resentment often grows from misunderstanding and can imprison us in a cycle of bitterness. The Stoics encouraged us to seek the roots of others' actions, to understand before judging. In this sense, forgiveness is not merely an altruistic gesture, but an act of profound wisdom that unveils the complexities of the human soul and frees us from the chains of negativity. Anger and resentment are silent poisons. The more they are fed, the more they consume our tranquility and well-being. By contrast, when we choose the path of forgiveness and understanding, we discover an oasis of serenity and peace. Guided by Stoic wisdom, we are reminded of a universal truth. Forgiveness is the key to our own freedom. It is a beacon that leads us through emotional storms and offers refuge in the harbor of calm. By embracing this lesson, we learn that true strength often lies in letting go, freeing ourselves from the chains of the past and sailing toward a horizon of understanding and peace. Do not speak of your deepest dreams. Imagine for a moment a rare and delicate seed resting in the palm of your hand. It represents your most intimate dreams, your most passionate aspirations. How would you protect it from harsh winds and storms that could prevent it from ever sprouting? The Stoics, with their profound wisdom, offer an answer. Let us begin this journey together through the landscape of social media. In an age where constant exposure on social platforms and the urge to share every detail of personal life have become the norm, Stoic philosophy presents a refreshing and countercurrent perspective. The practice of modesty and discretion holds inherent power. There is strength in keeping certain aspects of life private and in guarding oneself against the constant pursuit of external validation. This approach not only nurtures mental calm and self-sufficiency, but also shields us from the volatility of public opinion and the fleeting nature of external recognition. For the Stoics, serenity arises from mastery over oneself, not from the approval of others. They taught that true freedom and peace are found in living according to our own values and principles, without the need to expose every thought, action, or achievement. At the heart of Stoicism lies the belief that self-control and self-reliance are fundamental to a well-lived life. By choosing what we share with the world and what we reserve for ourselves, we exercise this control, strengthening our character and resilience. This video explores how the Stoic practice of restraint, of not overexposing oneself, can lead to a more focused, balanced, and ultimately more rewarding life. Some things in life are like seeds. We plant them away from curious eyes so they can grow and flourish without interference. Here is where Stoic wisdom becomes essential, teaching us to protect and cultivate what lies within us, without rushing to display it to the world. The great thinkers of history understood that not everything should be shared. They valued their secrets, their achievements, and their lessons because they knew that revealing too much could erode the true essence of things. Every joy and sorrow, every lesson and challenge is a piece of the story we are writing. If we share everything without reflection, we may fail to live deeply. Just as a flower cannot grow if constantly touched, our own growth also requires privacy, a personal space where we examine our mistakes and victories and decide how we wish to move forward in the best possible way. When we choose not to share something, it is not to hide it, but to protect it. True growth emerges from the balance between what we reveal and what we keep solely for ourselves. In a world that loves to showcase everything it can be challenging to recognize and appreciate what lies behind our achievements. Do not speak of your achievements. Imagine plunging into the dark, deep waters of your own soul. For the Stoics, the pursuit of wisdom and virtue resembled such an inward journey. They believed that true fulfillment was not found in displaying external victories, but in introspection and continuous inner development. Every challenge and struggle was not fought in public arenas, but within the silent landscapes of the spirit. When reflecting on victories, they offered a profound warning about ego and vanity, forces that, when indulged, can become barriers separating us from true virtue. An obsession with external recognition, they said, binds us with chains of pride, imprisoning us in the empty pursuit of fleeting applause. This path is filled with disappointment, yet here lies a valuable lesson. True achievement is not the one that pauses to be admired, but the one that quietly transforms the community, nurturing noble values such as justice, compassion, and wisdom. For these ancient sages, wealth was not stored in vaults, but in the depths of a balanced and serene soul. Instead of celebrating triumphs or withering in defeat, they embraced a calm acceptance of life's unpredictability. They invited us to recognize that the dance of existence is orchestrated by forces often beyond our control. In this meaningful silence, they made a deliberate choice, a commitment to true greatness. They believed that genuine majesty resided in living with integrity and dedication to the collective good. Their legacy teaches us that humility, sincerity, and the relentless pursuit of wisdom are the true pillars of a life worth living. Do not speak of unresolved challenges. On the Stoic path toward wisdom and virtue, every step carried meaning. Detours and obstacles were not mere hindrances. They shaped the soul, forged character, and revealed the true nature of greatness. What mattered was not visible success, but the internal battles, often unseen, that determined a person's inner strength. But if these struggles held such value, why did the Stoics advise against speaking of unresolved challenges? The answer lies in their keen understanding of human nature. They believed ego and pride could cloud our vision, blinding us to true virtue. The relentless pursuit of praise and recognition could become a veil that concealed our real potential. The Stoics did not admire achievements that could be easily displayed like trophies. They saw true glory in actions that uplifted humanity, acts rooted in justice, generosity, and wisdom. For them, true wealth was not the shine of gold, but the radiance of moral character and a tranquil soul. The philosophy of loving one's fate was central to this understanding. Stoics did not despair in the face of adversity. Instead, they balanced victory and defeat with equanimity, aware that the tapestry of life is woven with threads often beyond our control. Do not speak of your good deeds. Imagine a candle silently illuminating a room. Its light is gentle and discreet, yet it warms and brightens everything around it. To the Stoics, kindness was much like this flame. They believed that true generosity did not need to be announced in public squares or shouted from mountaintops. It should arise naturally, driven by a sincere desire to do good without expecting praise in return. This may seem strange in today's culture of self-promotion, but the Stoics recognized a profound danger, turning goodness into a spectacle. When we boast about every altruistic act, we may unknowingly seek applause rather than virtue. After all, if we boast about every altruistic act, we may unknowingly begin to seek the warm applause of others. By keeping our good deeds within the realm of anonymity, we create space for reflection and pause, a moment of intimate connection with ourselves, where we can question whether our actions are truly genuine or motivated by hidden interests. This private self-examination becomes a catalyst for personal growth. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies the belief that true goodness does not seek the spotlight. It reveals itself through quiet, authentic acts of compassion. This timeless wisdom surrounds us with its essence and reminds us of a fundamental truth. Often, the greatest act of kindness is the one given without expecting anything in return. Do not speak of your resentment. Have you ever felt trapped in a web of emotions where each thread is a bitter memory, a resentment that refuses to fade? The timeless wisdom of Stoicism invites us to reflect deeply on the invisible weight of resentment. To these ancient philosophers, harboring resentment was like carrying an anchor that prevented the spirit from sailing freely across the seas of life. But what if we chose a less traveled path, where forgiveness and understanding became our faithful companions? Behind this historical perspective lies an unbreakable focus on virtue and self-control. Ask yourself, have you ever carried a burden on your back for too long? Have you felt the exhaustion, the fatigue, the bitterness that lingers? They viewed our goals and dreams as precious seeds meant to be planted in the fertile depths of our souls, far from the storms of other people's opinions and criticism. After all, who has not felt the flame of a dream extinguished too soon when exposed to the cold of skepticism or the heat of ridicule? Within Stoic philosophy, self-sufficiency is celebrated as a rare jewel. Truth, wisdom, and true achievement are not trophies to be displayed, but inner wells from which we can always draw. It makes little sense to seek fleeting external approval when we can find richness and purpose in the quiet corners of our own minds. Perhaps the most silent yet most eloquent virtue recognized by the Stoics was their awareness of the fine line separating healthy ambition from arrogance. To protect oneself by choosing silence regarding great ambitions was not an act of timidity, but a deliberate choice to walk humbly, avoiding the pride that so often blinds us. The Stoic legacy speaks directly to the heart. There is no need to shout our dreams from mountaintops. Instead, protect them. Cultivate what lives within you and recognize that sometimes the most precious treasures are those we keep only for ourselves. Do not speak of your next steps. Imagine a chess master moving pieces in silence while opponents struggled to decipher the next move. This was the Stoic way. They understood that revealing every move in life exposed them to the whims of external judgment, often fueled by envy or ill intent. At the core of Stoic philosophy lies the virtue of self-reliance. Why depend on fleeting applause from an audience when true strength resides in the inner theater of the mind? By keeping their life strategies to themselves, the Stoics were not merely hiding plans, they were strengthening their inner core of confidence, independent of the tides of opinion around them. This leads us to humility, a subtle yet profound quality the Stoics fiercely defended. Revealing grand strategies too openly could easily be interpreted as arrogance, a triumphant announcement of superiority. By choosing discretion, they found balance between ambition and humility, ensuring their steps were firm without being presumptuous. Thus, Stoic tradition offers a rich perspective on the value of secrecy. It teaches us that protecting our goals is more than a strategy. It is a way of strengthening our being, honoring our self-sufficiency, and walking humbly in a world where external validation seems to be the dominant currency. The Stoics invite us to look inward, find our internal compass, and follow our own path with confidence and wisdom. Do not speak of your doubts and uncertainties. Imagine yourself in a vast forest, where each tree represents a doubt and each shadow an uncertainty. Instead of shouting your hesitation to the world, choose silent introspection, seeking answers within your own soul. This is the Stoic path. At the core of Stoic philosophy lies the understanding that confidence is not a banner waved before the world, but an inner beacon guiding our way. Constantly exposing our doubts is like placing that beacon under a torrential rain. It risks being extinguished. In silence, we find the stability needed to remain unshaken by others' opinions and judgments. Modesty, in turn, is not merely an outward virtue, but an inner shield that protects the spirit. Carrying every uncertainty into the open can strip the soul of its dignity. Therefore, always choose carefully when and with whom to share your vulnerabilities. While many seek answers amid the noise of the external world, understand the power of silence and introspection. Often, the answers to our deepest questions echo within the quiet chambers of the heart and mind. By holding certain uncertainties within, you cultivate deeper reflection and a more intimate connection with your true essence. In summary, Stoic wisdom whispers precious counsel amid the storms of doubt. There is no need to shout your uncertainties to the world. By embracing silence, modesty, and introspection, we find a safe path through the forest of uncertainty, guided by the inner lighthouse of confidence and understanding. This is the power of silent self-reflection and inner strength that the Stoics leave as their legacy. Do not speak about others. To criticize others is like throwing stones into a calm lake, creating ripples that disturb the stillness of the water. The Stoics understood that engaging in judgment and criticism distracted them from their own inner mirror, wasting precious energy on matters beyond their sphere of influence. Instead of pointing fingers, the Stoic chose to extend a hand. Guided by empathy and compassion, they recognized that every person is a universe filled with internal and external battles, joys and sorrows, victories and defeats. To criticize another was to fail to recognize the richness and complexity of the human condition. They also understood that criticism, rather than building bridges, often erects walls. In their pursuit of tranquility and harmony, they knew that harsh words and rushed judgments led not to peace, but to discord and separation. Stoic wisdom sends us a clear and timeless message. We must be guardians of our words and thoughts. Rather than focusing on others' flaws, we should turn our gaze inward, seeking growth and virtue within ourselves. In a world where criticism is easily thrown, Stoic teachings inspire us to embrace understanding, acceptance, and kindness, casting stones of empathy into the lake of humanity and appreciating the waves of positivity they create. Do not speak of your moments of solitude. While many seek to fill every second with stimulation and interaction, the Stoics found strength and tranquility in stillness. They did not view solitude as an emptiness to be filled, but as a sanctuary where the mind could move freely, unchained from the opinions of others. Contrary to what many believe, the Stoics did not reject solitude. They embraced it, especially in moments of retreat, where silence became a teacher and inner clarity could finally emerge. They did not feel isolated, but deeply connected to a rich inner universe filled with ideas. It was within this quiet that their most profound thoughts were born, uncontaminated by external noise. In today's landscape, where validation through social media has become a priority for many, Stoic philosophy invites us to reassess these values. By stepping away from the constant need for exposure, we discover a space where the soul can breathe, and it is within this deep silence that we uncover the melody of our essence, a sound that does not need to be shared, only felt in its purest truth. Do not speak of lessons not yet learned. Few things are as universal as failure. We all stumble. We all make mistakes. But it is in our response to failure that character is truly revealed. For the Stoics, these moments were not sources of despair, but of revelation and growth. In contemporary society, we often feel pressured to maintain an image of perfection, displaying victories while hiding defeats. The Stoics offer a different approach. Accept mistakes not as signs of weakness, but as maps for self-development. By keeping unlearned lessons private, the Stoics were not avoiding responsibility or hiding from failure. Rather, they protected the sacred space required for deep and honest reflection. Each failure was not an end, but a beginning, a new chapter in the ongoing pursuit of virtue and wisdom. Just as an artist transforms an imperfection into a vital part of the masterpiece, the Stoics turned failure into a foundation for growth. In a world overwhelmed by information and overexposure, the Stoic posture reminds us of the dignity of silence and the power of introspection. Do not speak of your deepest plan. Understanding that there is no need to shout your plans to the world is a powerful realization. The Stoics understood something many have forgotten. Discretion is not weakness, it is strength. To them, each goal was like a delicate seed requiring care and protection. By avoiding premature exposure, they ensured the right conditions for growth, far from doubt, envy, and public scrutiny. In an age of constant exposure, where every move is documented and shared, Stoic philosophy challenges us to rethink how we handle ambition. It teaches that true power often resides in what remains unseen, not because we are evasive, but because we respect the fragile nature of growth. Silence, for the Stoics, was never empty. It was full of possibility and hope. It was fertile ground where dreams could grow undisturbed. Amid the chaos of modern life, we may find inspiration in these ancient thinkers by protecting our deepest plans and allowing them to mature at their own pace. In doing so, we may discover that true magic lies not in what we announce to the world, but in what we achieve quietly through discipline and determination. Fear, failure, and the Stoic path. In a world where fear of failure often holds us back, it is time to confront our doubts and transform them into stepping stones. Failure is part of the journey. There is no shame in it. Fear is not an insurmountable obstacle. It is a natural companion on the path toward growth. Whether it is fear of speaking publicly, flying, confronting authority, or expressing emotions, fear limits potential only when we allow it to. Often, fear arises from a lack of self-trust. When we doubt ourselves, avoidance feels safer than exposure. But if we truly wish to live fully, Stoicism begins with a fundamental recognition. Adversity is an intrinsic part of the human experience. No one, regardless of fortune, is exempt from life's trials. From Epictetus to Marcus Aurelius, the Stoics understood that fear and hardship are not anomalies, but certainties. By accepting this inevitability, Stoicism teaches us not to be shocked or broken by adversity, but to expect it and even welcome it as an opportunity to grow. This shift in perspective is the foundation of emotional resilience. When fear is embraced as a teacher, it transforms from a paralyzing force into a source of strength. The Stoic principle of Amor Fati, love of fate, urges us not merely to endure challenges, but to embrace them wholeheartedly. Through this, adversity becomes a mentor, shaping us into stronger, wiser, and more resilient individuals. Redefining success and failure. A central tenet of Stoic philosophy is the redefinition of success and failure. In modern times, success is often equated with wealth, status, or visible achievements. Stoicism proposes something radically different. True success lies in doing your best and striving toward virtue. The Stoics taught that we should focus on our actions and character, not on external outcomes. This mindset is liberating. It removes the crushing pressure to always win and cultivates humility, recognizing that many factors lie beyond our control. By centering ourselves on effort rather than results, we detach from the need for external validation. Likewise, Stoicism reframes failure as opportunity. When things go wrong, instead of despairing, we are invited to ask, "What can this teach me?" By examining failure rather than resisting it, we turn setbacks into tools for improvement. This perspective strengthens character and builds resilience over time. Belief in oneself, the Stoic foundation. Belief in oneself is the cornerstone of Stoic wisdom. It provides the foundation for overcoming fear and living with purpose, strength, and resilience. This is not empty affirmation, but a grounded confidence rooted in self-knowledge. Stoicism teaches that many anxieties arise from underestimating our abilities, magnifying our flaws, and doubting our inner resources. True self-belief, in Stoic terms, is wisdom itself, a deep understanding of both our strengths and limitations, and the quiet certainty that within us lies the capacity to face whatever life presents. It is this inner trust, cultivated through discipline and reflection, that allows us to walk calmly through uncertainty, silent, steady, and unshaken. Believing in yourself unlocks the power to transform fear into a stepping stone rather than an obstacle. In today's fast-paced and overwhelming world, finding peace and purpose can feel like a constant struggle. Yet Stoicism offers a clear, practical, and timeless answer. This ancient philosophy invites us to explore wisdom as a lived practice, teaching us how to build a daily routine that fosters balance, inner growth, and lasting serenity. Stoicism becomes a steady companion on the path toward a more virtuous life, guided by thinkers such as Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, voices that have endured through centuries precisely because of their lasting relevance. Imagine waking each morning with intention and clarity, reflecting on the four cardinal virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, as a moral compass that guides firm, balanced decisions aligned with your deepest values. These virtues are not abstract ideals, but practical tools for navigating the pressures of modern life with integrity. Gratitude emerges as a powerful ally. By acknowledging the blessings, experiences, and people that enrich your life, your internal perspective shifts. Appreciation dissolves quiet dissatisfaction and strengthens inner peace, creating fertile ground for emotional resilience. Stoicism also teaches us to anticipate the day with clarity through negative visualization, a practice that prepares the mind for potential challenges, softens emotional impact, and strengthens adaptability. By imagining difficulties before they arise, you are not becoming pessimistic, but strategically prepared. Daily writing, keeping a journal of reflections, intentions, and emotions, acts as an internal lighthouse. It records lessons, reveals patterns, and offers guidance during difficult moments. Writing becomes an honest dialogue with yourself, rooted in self-awareness and courage. Throughout the day, Stoicism helps us maintain focus in a world overflowing with distractions. Practicing justice and compassion in every interaction deepens our understanding of the human experience and strengthens meaningful connections. Facing stress with composure becomes possible when we remember a core principle. We control our actions and responses, never external events. As night arrives, Stoic wisdom calls us inward, reflecting on the day's events, learning from mistakes and successes, accepting imperfection, and renewing commitment to self-improvement. Setting intentions for tomorrow plants the seeds of a future guided by virtue. Stoicism redefines success and failure, The path is not linear. It is a journey marked by highs and lows. Each step is a success when aligned with virtue. There is no true failure as long as learning takes place. Emotional resilience grows when we voluntarily face discomfort. Stepping outside the comfort zone strengthens our inner capacity and expands our tolerance for fear. Fear does not disappear. It is understood, managed, and transformed into fuel for growth. Identifying fears and anxieties is the first step towards self-mastery. Facing them with reason weakens their grip. Often, fear is far greater in imagination than in reality. When challenged directly, it loses its power. Stoicism does not encourage recklessness, but calculated risk. Growth requires courage, balanced by reason. By pushing our limits with awareness, we discover we are capable of far more than we once believed. Ultimately, Stoicism reminds us of a fundamental truth. True success is not found in fame, wealth, or external validation, but in living with wisdom, virtue, and inner integrity. In a noisy and accelerated world, this ancient philosophy offers something rare: balance, clarity, and quiet strength. Not to eliminate fear, but to walk beside it without being ruled by it. Guided by Stoic wisdom, we learn not only how to live better, but how to live with purpose. As night falls and the time comes to recharge, reflecting on the events of the day becomes a powerful tool for learning from every experience and cultivating wisdom for future challenges. This moment of introspection is essential. It allows us to accept imperfection while committing ourselves to continuous improvement. By setting clear intentions for the following day, you walk a deliberate and courageous path toward a future shaped by the virtues you have chosen as essential: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Each day becomes an opportunity to live these virtues in concrete ways, bringing you closer to a life that is truly meaningful and fulfilled. By following Stoicism, you do not merely face life with a stronger and more resilient mindset. You live with peace and purpose deeply rooted within you. This philosophy does not only transform individuals, it has the power to positively influence those around them, fostering a more conscious and harmonious community. In essence, Stoicism offers far more than coping strategies. It provides a framework for living a rich and complete life, aligned with values that promote both personal and collective growth. As a philosophy tested by time, it remains a steady source of strength and serenity in a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming. By adopting it, you empower yourself not only to overcome challenges, but to transform every moment into an opportunity to live more fully and with greater meaning. To live better, become the architect of your own life. Use Stoicism as your primary tool. Personalize your journey toward success by discovering the formula that aligns with your dreams, values, and daily commitments. Stoicism is flexible. Make it your own. Sustain your passion for the practice and establish a routine that is consistent and intentional. Stoicism offers a path of transformation and growth. Discover the power of integrating Stoic principles into every aspect of your life, infusing wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance into your relationships, work, and personal projects. In a world of constant change and uncertainty, Stoicism becomes your guide toward balance, resilience, and inner peace. Embrace life with purpose and clarity along the Stoic path. Move forward with strength and conviction, knowing that wisdom is almost always within reach and that every day presents an opportunity to grow and learn. May clarity and serenity accompany you in your pursuit of a full and meaningful life. Practice gratitude and awaken each day with a heart filled with joy and abundance. Let the 4 cardinal virtues illuminate your path. Direct your attention to the many blessings that enrich your life, and you will discover that appreciation and gratitude dissolve lingering dissatisfaction and restless desire. In this state of sincere gratitude, you meet the day with wholeness and contentment, focused on what truly matters. Cultivate the habit of being thankful for everything that is good and acknowledge all that has contributed to your progress. Include everyone in your gratitude. Prepare for the day through negative visualization. Imagine the possible challenges and setbacks that may arise without fear. You're prepared to face them with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By contemplating these scenarios and their outcomes, you develop a quiet resilience, ready to adapt and grow through adversity. This exercise allows you to navigate uncertainty calmly, without being shaken by the fluctuations of fate. Now is the time to place your reflections on paper. Keeping a journal is a powerful practice used by Stoics such as Seneca and Marcus Aurelius. Dedicate a few moments each morning to writing your intentions, emotions, and observations. In doing so, you create an inner lighthouse of wisdom and warmth that will guide you through the challenges of modern life. As we move through the ever-changing landscape of daily life, moments will arise that test our resolve. Do not fear. Stoicism has the answer. Through time-tested strategies, you maintain balance, cultivate resilience, and walk life's path with grace and strength. When stress emerges, remember that wisdom already resides within you. Seek refuge in reason and reflection. Focus your energy on what you can control and release what lies beyond your power. In this way, you respond to stress with composure, resilience, and clarity. The primary task in life is this: to clearly distinguish what is external and uncontrollable from what lies within your choices and control. Do not seek good or evil in what you cannot command. Seek them within yourself and your decisions. As Epictetus taught, this understanding is the foundation of freedom. On your journey toward gratitude and resilience, Stoicism guides you with timeless wisdom. Wake each day knowing it is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more grounded. Embrace life with purpose and clarity on the Stoic path toward fulfillment. Transform distractions into opportunities for productivity. In the turbulence of modern life, distractions are always present. As a disciplined Stoic, cultivate temperance through self-control and moderation. When distractions arise, acknowledge them without resistance, then gently return your focus to the task at hand. This nurtures inner calm and allows you to harness the full power of your mind. In your interactions with others, embody justice, wisdom, and compassion. Every encounter is an opportunity to leave a positive and lasting impression. Be mindful of how your words and actions affect those around you. Through each interaction, learn, grow, and deepen your understanding of the human experience. Today, you may encounter interference, ingratitude, arrogance, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness, born from ignorance of what is truly good or evil. But you have already recognized the nature of good and its nobility, the nature of evil and its pettiness, and the nature of the offender, not as an enemy, but as a fellow human being endowed with reason and a share of the divine. None of this can harm you, for no one can force you into moral degradation. To obstruct one another is against nature, as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, and resentment itself becomes an obstruction. Embrace adversity and grow resilient through it. Challenges will arise, some unexpected, some difficult. As Stoics, we see them not as punishments, but as opportunities for growth. Practice negative visualization and trust the inner strength you have cultivated. In doing so, trials become lessons, and lessons become steps toward personal fulfillment. As the sun sets and the day draws to a close, prepare for a night of wisdom and reflection. Turn inward. Review the events of the day, decisions made, challenges faced, lessons learned. As Seneca advised, daily self-examination prevents moral decay. Forgive yourself, commit to improvement, and move forward with compassion toward your own imperfections. Set intentions for the coming dawn, infused with the wisdom gained throughout the day. Embed Stoic virtues into your actions, decisions, and relationships. In doing so, you construct a life of harmony and purpose, guided by Stoic principles. Before sleep, engage in relaxation practices such as deep breathing or meditative visualization. Release the tensions of the day and prepare your body and mind for restorative rest, ready to welcome the next day as another opportunity to grow. Even in the most difficult moments, strive to see beyond yourself, accept the order of events as they unfold, and live with serenity. This is what it means to love one's fate. Acceptance, however, is not resignation. Resignation refuses action. Acceptance recognizes reality and responds wisely. Most events, health or illness, disaster or miracle, life or death, lie beyond our control. What remains within our power are our judgments, our will, and our choices. As Epictetus said, the will governs itself. True freedom lies in choosing virtue over vice, alignment over resistance. In every situation, no matter how severe, we retain the power to seek the good. This is Stoic freedom, to accept destiny, align the will with virtue, and live in harmony with reason and moral purpose. We can choose to recover and live in the best possible way even when we are ill, or we can surrender, neglecting ourselves and becoming bitter and resentful. If we seek virtue and the good and align ourselves with our conscience, if we understand that everything that happens in our lives, whether pleasant or painful, enriches our existence and helps us grow, then we begin to master the 4 Stoic virtues. Good moments bring joy, though we must remember they are never permanent. Difficult moments strengthen and test us, and while they may hurt deeply, they shape us into better human beings. Remember that hardship too will pass, and that these moments are just as necessary, if not more so, than times of comfort and ease. To practice Amor Fati, the love of one's fate, we must cultivate courage. We need bravery to face every storm that appears unexpectedly in our path. Those who truly practice Amor Fati also develop justice and wisdom, learning to give each moment exactly what it deserves. Above all, they come to understand the rational law that governs the world, a law that makes our individual destiny the greatest gift we possess to move toward a full life and genuine happiness. As you can see, Amor Fati activates all 4 Stoic virtues and calls us to give our very best. It requires loving our own destiny and understanding that our life, exactly as it is the most meaningful and beautiful opportunity we have to strive for virtue and fulfillment. After all, would a life without struggle and without the pursuit of happiness truly be worth living? Is it not true that there is no happiness without sacrifice and no growth without accepting what has been given to us? We must love our fate and align our will with what reason demands, for this is the Stoic path toward true and complete happiness. Habits we must abandon. The person who recognizes the chains that bind them is already free, because awareness makes breaking those chains possible. In the fast-paced and constantly changing world we live in, we are often carried away not only by unproductive habits, but by deeply destructive ones. The Stoics emphasize the importance of focusing on what we can control, freeing ourselves from uncontrolled emotions, impulsive behavior, and excess. Today, I want to share several destructive habits, ones I personally struggled with and that are extremely common in modern life. These habits obstruct inner peace, personal growth, and our ability to live virtuously. Before examining them, I invite you to adopt a self-critical perspective. Look at yourself as if from the outside. This will help you identify which of these habits may be affecting you and take full responsibility for changing them. The first habit is procrastinating commitments. This is an insidious habit that most of us fall into. While it may seem harmless, its consequences are serious. Procrastination means postponing what could or should be done now. It drains time and energy because we constantly think about what must be done without taking action. Stoicism teaches that procrastination leads to neglected duties, poor performance, damaged reputation, and loss of trust. Integrity and responsibility were sacred to the Stoics, who saw procrastination as one of the greatest forms of disrespect toward oneself. This habit contradicts Stoic principles by wasting time, increasing stress, and fostering anxiety. We combat it through planning, self-discipline, and commitment to our values. The second habit is lying. Lying is widely practiced in modern society, yet it is profoundly destructive. A liar is ultimately a victim of their own fears and will eventually be caught by them. Lying damages truth and integrity, two pillars of a virtuous life, according to the Stoics. When we lie, we compromise our character and erode trust. Once trust is broken, it is incredibly difficult to restore. Mutual trust and respect were fundamental to healthy relationships in Stoic philosophy. The third habit is poor communication skills. Effective communication is essential in both personal and professional relationships, yet it seems increasingly undervalued. Conversations today are often shallow, with people no longer listening attentively or engaging meaningfully. This lack of communication leads to misunderstandings and conflict. The Stoics recognized harmony and cooperation as essential elements of a flourishing society. The fourth habit is constant comparison with others. Even if unintentionally, many of us compete endlessly, seeking to outperform others. This habit slowly erodes self-esteem and satisfaction with life. Comparison breeds dissatisfaction because there will always be someone richer, more successful, or more talented. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own progress and appreciate what we already have. Constant comparison can cause us to lose our identity and authenticity as we attempt to conform to external standards. These are only a few of the habits we must work to overcome if we wish to live a life of virtue, wisdom, and inner calm. I invite you to reflect deeply and honestly. Recognizing these habits is the first step toward a fuller and more authentic life. Remember, only those who recognize their chains can truly break free from them. From this point forward, you are the one who shapes your destiny. Have you ever wondered why you feel out of control when you place too much value on what cannot be changed? Marcus Aurelius taught us to focus on what lies within our influence while appreciating what we already possess. He emphasized directing our efforts toward what we can truly control. In ancient times, before constant stimulation and endless social exposure through the internet, managing one's focus seemed easier. Yet this ancient wisdom remains just as relevant today. In an age of information overload, rapid communication, and constant comparison, controlling our destiny feels more challenging than ever. In this shifting context, it becomes essential to learn how to manage ourselves independently. Rather than relying excessively on external factors, we must cultivate discipline and self-governance. Understanding what lies within our control and what does not gives us clarity and empowers us to focus on what truly matters. Control over our destiny does not mean total control over outcomes. It means shaping our responses, making informed decisions, and exercising influence where we genuinely can. When we internalize this mindset, we become masters of our actions and reactions, less dependent on forces beyond our reach. In this video, I aim to help you practice acceptance of destiny so you can live virtuously and happily. To do this, I divide the journey into two parts. First, I explain what destiny means to a Stoic and why it should be accepted. Then, I offer practical guidance to apply these principles consistently. Chapter 1. Do not leave everything to chance. The ancient Stoics believed that chance did not exist. Everything in the universe operated according to necessary and rational laws established by the divine. The cosmos was viewed as a perfectly ordered whole, where every event had meaning, purpose, and reason. This rational law that governs the universe also exists within human beings through reason itself. By following reason and conscience, a person becomes virtuous. Those who act against this universal law become irrational and drift away from virtue. The rational plan established by the cosmos for each of us is what the Stoics called destiny. Our individual fate is part of the harmonious whole of the universe. Therefore, everything that happens to us, good or bad, whether we understand it or not, is necessary and meaningful. This is why, even in our darkest moments, we must strive to see beyond ourselves, accept the order of events, and live with serenity. This is the essence of loving one's fate, Acceptance does not mean resignation. Resignation refuses action. Acceptance recognizes reality and responds wisely. A true Stoic avoids resignation and chooses acceptance. At the heart of this acceptance lies the Stoic dichotomy of control, the foundation of inner freedom. Generally, events of the universe, such as health or illness, disasters or miracles, life or death, are not under our control. We cannot change them, and for that reason, our hearts should not be enslaved by them. What is within our control, however, is our judgment about what happens to us. As Epictetus wisely stated, the will can govern itself, but nothing else can govern it. We possess the great power to choose how we act and how we respond to circumstances and desires imposed upon us. We can choose to flee from our own destiny, or we can choose to accept it and face it as the path assigned to us, the path through which we must seek fulfillment and meaning. This is the essence of Stoic freedom, choosing to accept our fate and align our will with virtue and the good, rather than rejecting reality and pursuing vice and corruption. Epictetus taught that the essence of good and evil lies in the attitude of the will. Marcus Aurelius would later add that truly good things, such as virtue and justice, are fully within human power, granted by the gods in such a way that we may either embrace or reject them. In every situation, regardless of circumstance, it is within our power to respond by seeking good or seeking harm. For example, when we fall ill, we can fight to recover and live as well as possible despite our condition, or we can surrender, becoming irrational, careless, and irritable. If we seek virtue and align ourselves with conscience, if we understand that everything that happens in our lives, whether pleasant or painful, enriches us and helps us grow, then we begin to master the 4 Stoic virtues. Good moments bring joy, though we must remember they are temporary. Difficult moments strengthen and test us, and although they may be painful, they shape us into better individuals. Remember, these difficult moments will also pass, and they are just as necessary, if not more so, than times of comfort and ease. To take control of our destiny, we must cultivate courage. We must be brave enough to face the storms that surprise and challenge us. Those who practice Amor Fati, the love of fate, also develop justice and wisdom. They learn to give each moment exactly what it deserves, and above all, come to understand the rational law that governs the world. A law that makes our individual destiny the greatest gift we have for advancing toward a full life and true happiness. As you have seen, the doctrine of Amor Fati puts all 4 Stoic virtues into action and calls us to give our very best. It means loving our own destiny and understanding that our life, exactly as it is the most beautiful and meaningful opportunity we have to strive for virtue and fulfillment. Would a life without struggle or the pursuit of happiness truly be worth living? Is it not true that there is no happiness without sacrifice and no commitment without accepting what has been given to us? We must love our fate and align our will with reason in order to pursue continuous growth along the path of virtue and happiness. Reason teaches us that this is the Stoic path to true and complete happiness. Wisdom from the ancients on Amor Fati Seneca said that destiny leads those who accept it and drags those who resist it. He also warned that no one is more unfortunate than the person who avoids adversity, for they are never given the chance to be tested. Marcus Aurelius wrote that it is characteristic of a good person to love and embrace what fate has assigned them. Epictetus added, "Do not seek for events to happen as you wish, but wish for events to happen as they do happen, and your life will go well." Chapter 2. Eliminating destructive habits. The person who recognizes the chains that bind them is already free, because awareness allows those chains to be broken consciously. In the fast-paced and ever-changing world we live in, we are often carried away not only by unproductive habits, but by deeply destructive ones. The Stoics emphasized focusing on what we can control and freeing ourselves from uncontrolled emotions, erratic impulses, and excess. Today, I share with you several destructive habits that I personally struggled with and that are extremely common in modern life. These habits can obstruct inner peace, personal growth, and our ability to live virtuously. Before examining them, I invite you to adopt a self-critical perspective. Observe yourself from the outside. This will allow you to identify which of these habits affect you and take full responsibility for overcoming them. Habit 1. Procrastinating commitments. This is an insidious habit that nearly everyone adopts at some point. Although it may seem harmless, its consequences are serious. Procrastination means delaying what could or should be done now, resulting in wasted time and energy. We constantly think about what must be done, yet fail to act. Stoicism teaches that procrastination leads to unmet obligations, lower quality work, damaged reputation, and loss of trust. Integrity and duty were sacred to the Stoics, who viewed procrastination as one of the greatest forms of disrespect toward oneself. As tasks accumulate and deadlines approach, stress and anxiety increase, harming both mental and physical health and distancing us from inner clarity and peace. Imagine having an important project with a deadline. Instead of dividing it into manageable tasks and working consistently, you delay everything until the last moment. Pressure builds, stress intensifies, and you struggle to meet expectations. Planning ahead and honoring commitments is a gift you give yourself. It is far healthier to work steadily than to collapse under last-minute pressure. We combat procrastination through planning, self-discipline, and commitment to our responsibilities and values. One practical rule: never make promises under intense emotion, especially excitement. Decisions made in emotional highs are rarely grounded in clear thinking. Evaluate commitments in moments of calm and solitude. Avoid impulsive decisions. Habit 2. Lying. Lying is widely accepted in modern society, yet it is profoundly destructive. The liar is ultimately a victim of their own fears and will, sooner or later, be exposed. Lying damages truth and integrity, pillars of a virtuous life in Stoicism. When we lie, we compromise our character and weaken our moral foundation. Lies also erode trust. Once trust is broken, it is extremely difficult to restore. Mutual trust and respect were fundamental to healthy relationships in Stoic philosophy. A life built on deception cannot sustain peace or dignity. Habit 3. Poor communication skills. Effective communication is essential in both personal and professional relationships, yet it has lost much of its value today. Conversations have become shallow. People no longer truly listen or show genuine interest in one another. This leads to misunderstandings, conflict, and emotional distance. The Stoics valued harmony and cooperation. Poor communication threatens these ideals. If we cannot express our needs and emotions clearly, frustration and resentment arise. Authenticity and self-expression were essential to meaningful dialogue. Humans naturally seek connection, and conversation should be an exchange of value, not noise. To improve communication, expand your vocabulary, read valuable material, and practice active listening. Instead of preparing your response while the other person speaks, focus entirely on understanding them. This allows dialogue to flow naturally and makes others feel respected and valued. With consistent practice, communication becomes a strength. Habit 4. Constant comparison with others. Even when unintentional, many people constantly compare themselves to others. This habit slowly erodes self-esteem and life satisfaction. There will always be someone who appears more successful, wealthier, or more talented. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own growth and appreciate what we already have. Constant comparison can cause us to lose our identity and authenticity, pushing us to conform to external expectations. This is unsustainable in the long term and leads to inner conflict. The Stoics encouraged fidelity to oneself and living according to personal values rather than external standards. Habit 5. Seeking external blame. In modern society, it is common to see people searching for external reasons to explain what happens in their lives, instead of assuming personal responsibility. This mindset strips individuals of control and autonomy, because when we blame others for our circumstances, we surrender authority over our own lives. The Stoics emphasize the importance of clearly recognizing what lies within our control and what does not. Blaming others distances us from this essential understanding. This habit fosters a victim mentality and encourages emotional dependence, making us overly reliant on others for stability and validation. When we seek external blame, we lose valuable opportunities to learn from our mistakes and grow as individuals. Personal responsibility is central to Stoic philosophy. The Stoics remind us that we must understand and accept what is within our control and take full ownership of it, avoiding the trap of blaming others for our circumstances. As individuals of worth, we are called to become aware of these behaviors and actively work to overcome them, striving to live a life grounded in virtue, wisdom, and inner tranquility. I invite you to reflect honestly on these habits in your own life and to practice genuine self-criticism. Remember, only the person who recognizes the chains that bind them can truly break free. From this point forward, you are the one who shapes your own path. Moral evolution does not mean erasing all old rules, but rather examining them critically, deciding which should remain, which should be discarded, and which new principles must be adopted. Chapter 3. Keep a personal journal. Keeping a journal is a powerful practice used by Stoics, such as Seneca and Marcus Aurelius. Dedicate a few moments each morning to writing about your intentions, emotions, and observations. By doing so, you create a guiding light of wisdom and warmth that will help you navigate the challenges of modern life. As we move through the ever-changing landscape of daily existence, we are bound to face moments that test our determination. But do not worry, the Stoic path provides answers. Through a set of time-tested strategies, you can maintain balance, cultivate resilience, and journey through life with grace and strength. When stress arises, remember that wisdom already resides within you. Seek refuge in reason and reflection. Focus your energy on what you can control and release what lies beyond your reach. In doing so, you will respond to stress with composure, resilience, and clarity. The primary task of life is simple: to distinguish clearly between what is external and uncontrollable and what depends on your choices and actions. Do not seek good or evil outside yourself, but within, through your decisions and intentions. Recall the words of Epictetus as you walk the path of gratitude and resilience. Stoicism will guide you with its timeless wisdom. Awaken each day with the certainty that every day is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become stronger. Embrace life with purpose and clarity along the Stoic path toward a meaningful and fulfilling existence. Transform distractions into opportunities for productivity. In the turbulence of modern life, distractions constantly lurk nearby. Yet as a courageous Stoic, cultivate the virtue of temperance through self-discipline and moderation. When distractions arise, acknowledge them calmly and gently redirect your attention to the task at hand. This practice nurtures inner calm and allows you to harness the full power of your mind to achieve your goals. In your interactions with others, embody the Stoic virtues of justice, wisdom, and compassion. Every encounter is an opportunity to leave a positive and lasting impression. Be mindful of the impact your words and actions have on those around you. Through each interaction, learn, grow, and deepen your understanding of the human experience. Repeat to yourself, today I will encounter interference, ingratitude, arrogance, disloyalty, ill intent, and selfishness. All of this arises from ignorance of good and evil. But I have long recognized the nature of good and its nobility, the nature of evil and its pettiness, and the nature of the wrongdoer, who is my brother, not in a physical sense, but as a fellow human being endowed with reason and a share of the divine. None of these things can harm me, nor can I be angry with my brother, for we were born to work together, like the hands, the feet, the eyelids, or the rows of teeth. To obstruct one another is contrary to nature. Resentment and aversion are forms of obstruction. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius teaches us to embrace adversity and flourish through resilience. Along life's journey, we encounter unexpected challenges that can either strengthen or break us. As steadfast Stoics, we view these trials as opportunities for growth, cultivating courage and wisdom to face hardship with grace. Practice negative visualization. Trust in the inner resilience you have nurtured through your Stoic path. In this way, you will transform trials into valuable lessons, steps along the path toward personal growth and fulfillment. Preparing for the night. As the sun sets and the day comes to a close, prepare for an evening of reflection and wisdom. Turn your attention inward. Reflect on the day, your interactions, and the lessons you encountered. By doing so, you prepare yourself to meet tomorrow with renewed strength and clarity, ready to continue your Stoic journey. Chapter 4. Starting the day. Well, let us talk about something that happens to all of us in the morning. When we wake up, most people do not feel eager to go to work or school. We spend our days waiting to leave work so we can finally relax at home, or constantly thinking about the weekend and longing for its arrival. Hating Mondays is common, as they represent a return to responsibility and effort. This unpleasant feeling causes many people to drift through their days unmotivated and disengaged. Unfortunately, this pattern can lead to deep dissatisfaction or even depression. In Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you struggle to get out of bed in the morning, remind yourself, I must go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain about if I am doing what I was born to do? Was I created to stay under the blankets, warm and comfortable?" He then responds to himself, "But it is more comfortable in bed. Were you born only for comfort? Do you not see how plants, birds, ants, spiders, and bees perform their individual tasks to keep the world in order? And you are unwilling to do what is required of you as a human being." He continues by reminding us that nature has imposed limits on sleeping, just as it has on eating and drinking, and that once we have rested enough, we must rise and act. Marcus Aurelius concludes that we do not love ourselves enough. If we truly did, we would love our nature and what it demands of us. Those who love what they do become so devoted to it that they forget to eat or wash. They respect their own nature more than the sculptor respects the statue, the dancer the dance, or the miser his money. When Marcus Aurelius speaks of work, he is not referring solely to professional labor, but to the actions a human being must carry out in daily life. This reflection urges us to take responsibility for our time and actions. Imagine if he had not acted this way. He would likely not be remembered as one of the 5 good emperors of Rome. As emperor, he had a duty to govern and could not abandon his responsibilities because the entire Roman Empire depended on him. The same applies to our lives. We were not born to be immobile like plants, free of responsibility. We are human beings, and we must act accordingly. Do not allow momentary pleasures to cloud your judgment. There is no greater satisfaction than knowing you acted rightly and responsibly. Nothing compares to the fulfillment of work well done. You must rise. You must begin. Do not abandon your tasks. The time is now, because you do not know how much time you have. Marcus Aurelius wrote these reflections in his personal journal to remind himself daily. We should do the same. When you wake up and feel unwilling to rise, or find yourself constantly longing for the weekend, remember his words. 10 Stoic quotes to start your day. Well, the only way to be happy is to stop worrying about what lies beyond your control. Begin the day remembering that inner strength is more valuable than anything external. We are disturbed not by things, but by the views we take of them. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The secret of happiness is freedom, and the secret of freedom is courage. Do not expect events to happen as you wish. Accept them as they happen, and you will find peace. It is not things themselves that trouble us, but our judgments about them. Life is short, and the proper time to pursue happiness is now. What matters is not what happens to you, but how you respond to it. Rise with determination. Go to bed with satisfaction. These phrases serve as powerful reminders of Stoic principles and can guide your thoughts and actions throughout the day. If you are watching this video, procrastination may be a fundamental problem in your life. In my case, most of my struggles stemmed from procrastination. When you delay what must be done, problems begin to multiply. Productivity declines, anxiety increases, responsibilities are avoided, and worst of all, a constant sense of guilt arises. The feeling that you are not doing what you should. The Stoics paid close attention to procrastination. We find clear examples in Stoic philosophers such as Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, men who carried immense responsibilities in their lives and simply could not afford to delay their duties. Overcoming procrastination is not easy because we naturally gravitate toward instant gratification rather than sustained effort. Discipline and the conquest of procrastination are inseparable tasks. If you are watching this video, it is because you want change. You want to become productive, to master your mind and your actions. Overcoming procrastination will make you happier because acting responsibly brings inner peace and self-respect. It is remarkable that Marcus Aurelius had the same 24 hours in a day as you and I. Yet within that time, he managed to rule the largest and most powerful empire of antiquity, serve as emperor, govern the state, write philosophy, care for his wife, legislate, preside over judicial matters, lead armies, and guide the Roman people through a devastating plague, all without surrendering to the vices and temptations that consumed so many other emperors. The key to Marcus Aurelius's success was routine. He maintained a structured life that allowed him to overcome laziness and avoid procrastination. Ultimately, the key to not procrastinating is having a routine. Marcus Aurelius transformed his responsibilities into essential parts of his existence. Just as we must eat, wash, and sleep, he made his duties indispensable, so ingrained that life without fulfilling them was inconceivable. The Stoics understood that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. For Marcus Aurelius, the day began early, at dawn. Upon waking, he reminded himself that he was rising to perform the work of a human being. There was no time to remain in bed. He began his day by writing in his personal journal, spending a few minutes organizing his thoughts and reminding himself of what truly mattered. He then prepared himself to face his responsibilities and the people around him. He reminded himself that the individuals he would encounter might be disrespectful, ungrateful, or irritating. Marcus Aurelius knew he could not allow others to disturb his judgment or happiness. He was clear that he must act according to his principles, regardless of external behavior. After that, he began with his most important responsibilities, while his mind was rested and focused. He approached each task as a Roman, fully present, as if it were the most important thing in the world. As he wrote in his meditations, he did one thing at a time with seriousness and dedication. As his routine shows, there was simply no room for procrastination. Chapter 5. A strong mindset. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. In the city of Cyprus, around 300 BCE lived a prosperous merchant named Zeno. While traveling from Phoenicia to Piraeus, his ship sank along with all his cargo. This single event, completely beyond his control, instantly transformed a wealthy man into a poor one. Imagine yourself in Zeno's place. How would you react if the work of your entire life were lost to natural forces? Would you rage? Would you feel betrayed by life? For most people, such reactions would be understandable, but not for Zeno, the founder of Stoicism. A small shift in mindset can last a lifetime. A minor change in perspective can produce profound and lasting transformations. At its core, Stoicism is the philosophy of acceptance and rational detachment. After studying the works of Socrates and other great thinkers, Zeno developed and taught Stoicism. According to Zeno, although we have little control over what happens to us, we have control over how it affects us, and we must use that control wisely. Instead of lamenting his loss, Zeno focused on maintaining composure, remaining calm and neutral despite his circumstances. Today, Stoics are often misunderstood as emotionless individuals who do not experience anger, fear, or anxiety. But Stoicism was never about suppressing emotions. It was a way of understanding the world, a complete philosophy of life that has endured for centuries. It can be applied to modern situations just as effectively as it was thousands of years ago. Stoicism allows us to process negative emotions and adverse experiences, transforming them into insights that give us a clearer perspective on life. Perspective is everything. Each person experiences life differently and therefore sees the world differently. The Stoics gathered in public spaces to discuss and teach philosophy, believing their principles could benefit everyone, from slaves to emperors. Among the most notable Stoics were Epictetus, a former slave, Seneca, a prominent statesman, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and one of the most powerful men in history. The early Stoics practiced what they preached. They rejected social segregation and actively opposed inequality. They even coined the term cosmopolitan, meaning citizen of the world. At a time when women were excluded from philosophy, Stoics disagreed. Musonius Rufus, the teacher of Epictetus, argued that women possessed the same natural inclination toward virtue as men and delighted just as much in noble and just actions. So why do so many people adopt Stoicism as a way of life? In a world filled with unpredictable events, our emotions often obstruct our path. We are not upset simply because bad things happen, but because they happen unexpectedly. Rain, for example, is beneficial. It nourishes plants, provides water, and cools the air. Yet being caught in a downpour without an umbrella is unpleasant. Why don't we panic when it rains? Because we expect it. We know it is inevitable and beyond our control. Eventually, the rain passes and the sun returns. Stoicism teaches us to approach adversity the same way, to expect difficulties as part of life. One Stoic practice is voluntary discomfort, sleeping on the floor, taking cold showers instead of warm ones, eating simple foods for several days. These exercises cultivate gratitude and resilience. They teach us that no matter how difficult circumstances become, we can endure them and even grow stronger. By enduring discomfort voluntarily, we prepare our minds for future hardships. In a world driven by advertising that convinces us happiness depends on wealth, appearance, or possessions, Stoicism is more relevant than ever. We enter the world knowing very little. We learn from family, school, and observation, but these sources often teach conflicting lessons. If we internalize them uncritically, we develop unrealistic expectations that lead to disappointment and dissatisfaction. Instead, we must focus on improving ourselves and acting for intrinsic reasons. Attaching external validation or outcomes to our actions almost always leads to disappointment. Many attempt to fill inner emptiness with material things, luxury cars, expensive homes, not for their intrinsic value, but for external status. Stoicism teaches the opposite. Success should be measured by the effort we put forth, not by outcomes beyond our control. Trust the process. Living with less frees us from social chains. Redirect your definition of value toward what you can control, your actions, discipline, and character. By releasing our obsession with what we cannot control, we live calmer, happier, and more meaningful lives. Stoicism helps us navigate storms past and present toward calmer waters. Chapter 6. Controlling Procrastination. You may be wondering how you can act like Marcus Aurelius and overcome procrastination. How can you prepare mentally? What strategies actually work? Here are 7 techniques that personally helped me defeat procrastination. They are divided into 2 parts: preparing the mind and taking action. Part 1. Preparing the mind. Shift your focus. Procrastination is largely a problem of comfort. We delay because we can afford to. Creating urgency is essential. When deadlines approach, laziness disappears and action begins. Set your own deadlines and, if possible, involve someone else to hold you accountable. Avoid low-quality distractions. Procrastination often replaces meaningful work with distractions that provide neither fulfillment nor enjoyment. You know deep down you should be doing something else. Work first, enjoy later. Just start. The hardest part is always beginning. Do not think about finishing. Do not think about difficulty. Take the first step. It creates momentum. The 5-second rule. Count backward from 5 to 0, then act immediately. No thinking, no hesitation. The Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, rest for 5. After 4 sessions, take a longer break. Anyone can focus for 25 minutes, and the results compound quickly. Eliminate distractions. Remove your phone, games, and unnecessary stimuli. Design an environment where the only option is to work. Discipline is required to apply all of these techniques consistently. Chapter 7. Solitude. The Stoics viewed solitude as a powerful tool for self-discovery and personal growth. Contrary to modern assumptions, solitude was not seen as loneliness, but as an opportunity for introspection and moral development. In a noisy, distracted world, solitude becomes a teacher. It allows us to confront our true emotions, desires, and values without masks. It cultivates self-sufficiency because when alone, we are no longer dependent on external approval for peace and happiness. Solitude deepens self-knowledge. It provides a safe space to explore our inner world honestly. It strengthens inner dialogue, emotional mastery, clarity in decision-making, and resilience. Rather than avoiding solitude, Stoics embraced it as a refuge, a place to reflect, recover, and grow stronger. By integrating the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, we equip ourselves with tools to face any challenge with authenticity, purpose, and strength. I sincerely hope this message was helpful. Congratulations for making it to the end. This shows you truly want to improve as a person. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment. If you're unsure what to say, simply write gratitude. That lets me know you stayed until the end. If you are not yet subscribed, now is the time. Stoicism offers timeless lessons that can transform everyday life. I encourage you to continue learning. I will leave 2 more videos filled with Stoic wisdom so you can continue your journey. Until next time,